Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, you just can't get ahead? You get a raise, and then groceries go up. You pay off your credit card, and your insurance increases. You save a little money, and then your property taxes or rent jump up. It's like you're climbing a ladder that is sinking into the ground. And I know that feeling because I've lived it. I spent many years working in a factory, trading my time for a paycheck, wondering why it seemed like everyone else was getting ahead while I was just trying to keep up. Then I learned one simple truth that completely changed my financial future. The middle class works for money. Wealthy people own assets that work for them. That realization set me on a path that eventually allowed me to leave my factory job and replace my paycheck with income from rental properties. Today I want to share with you what changed my life. I didn't grow up with wealth. There wasn't some inheritance waiting for me. I didn't know any millionaires. I wasn't handed a blueprint. After high school, I went to work at Honda. It was a great job. Good pay, great benefits, plenty of overtime. From the outside, it looked like I had it made. But behind the scenes, I was still living paycheck to paycheck. Every raise disappeared. Gas got more expensive, food got more expensive, healthcare got more expensive, housing got more expensive. I started asking myself, if working harder is the answer, why does it feel like I'm falling behind? Then one day, someone handed me Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It challenged everything I believed. Instead of teaching me how to earn more money, it taught me how wealthy people buy assets. That book didn't make me wealthy. It changed the questions I was asking. Instead of asking, how can I make more money? I started asking, how can I own more things that make money? That question changed my life. I bought my first rental property while I was still working at the factory. And to be honest, I was scared. What if the tenants didn't pay? What if something broke? What if I lost everything? But something amazing happened. The rent came in. The mortgage got paid. And then it happened again the next month. And the month after that. Little by little, I realized something. I wasn't just earning money anymore. I owned something that was producing income whether I was at work or asleep. That completely changed how I viewed wealth. Most people think a rental property makes money one way, but it actually pays you in 5 different ways. Number 1, cash flow. Every month, after the expenses are paid, there's hopefully money left over. That cash flow started small, but over time, it grew. Eventually, it replaced my paycheck. Number 2, debt paydown. Every month your tenant makes a rent payment. Part of that payment goes towards reducing your mortgage. Think about that. Someone else is helping buy your asset, month after month, year after year. Number 3, appreciation. Historically, real estate has tended to increase in value over long periods of time. Not every year, not in every market, but over decades, quality real estate has often become more valuable. Sometimes you make more money simply because you were patient. Number 4, inflation. This one completely changed how I think about money. Most people see inflation as the enemy. Investors learn to understand it. When inflation pushes up the cost of land, labor, and materials, replacement costs often increase. Over time, rents and property values have historically tended to rise as well. The same force making groceries more expensive can also increase the value of productive real estate. Instead of inflation working against you, it can begin to work for you. Number 5, tax advantages. This surprised me the most. The tax code rewards people who build businesses and invest. Depreciation, expense deductions, mortgage interest in many cases, cost segregation, 1031 exchanges. Now, I'm not a CPA, and everyone's situation is different, but one thing became obvious. The tax code often encouraged investment and long-term ownership. Now, here's something that changed how I viewed the economy. The United States has an enormous amount of debt. Governments generally aim for low, stable inflation. Not because high inflation is good, but because over long periods, moderate inflation can make fixed debt less burdensome, while normal incomes and tax revenues tend to rise. That doesn't mean inflation is good for families, because it isn't. We all feel it when we buy groceries and fill up the gas tank. But once I understood that inflation has been a normal part of our economy for generations, I stopped asking, how do I avoid inflation? And instead I started asking, how do I own assets that have historically benefited from it? That shift changed everything. I realized something. I wasn't going to save my way to wealth. Budgeting matters. Avoiding debt matters. Living below your means matters. Everyone should have an emergency fund. But eventually, you have to own assets. Assets don't call in sick. Assets don't ask for raises. Assets don't retire. Assets continue working long after you've gone to bed. Every dollar you own is either working for you or you've worked for it. The goal isn't simply to earn more. The goal is to own more. Today, I don't work in the factory anymore. Rental properties eventually replaced my paycheck. Now I have the privilege of helping families buy homes, helping first-time investors purchase rental properties, teaching others the lessons I wish someone had taught me when I was 18 years old. Do I think real estate is perfect? No. There are repairs, vacancies, unexpected expenses. Markets go up and down. Real estate isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a get-rich-slow, stay-rich strategy. It rewards patience, it rewards discipline, and it rewards people who are willing to think long-term. I want to leave you with this. I didn't become financially free because I made an extraordinary income. I became financially free because I learned to own extraordinary assets. You don't have to be born rich. You don't have to have perfect timing. You don't even have to know everything before you get started. You just have to make the first step. Because the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. If this video helped you think differently about money, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and shared it with someone who's working hard but feels like they're spinning their wheels. And if you're in Indiana and you've been thinking about buying your first home or your first investment property, I'd be honored to help you build a plan, not just to buy real estate, but to build a life with more freedom. Because that's what wealth really is. It's not having more stuff.